Welcome to today's fast track episode of The Growth Zone. My name is Christian Bartsch, and these episodes provide you with a focused, mind-feeding topic. You can use it to have some new ideas to guide you through the day. Let's get started on today's topic. In today's episode, we are going to look at how can you protect your parks against vandalism and crime when councils experience a loss of tax income. Well, let's face it, in today's pandemic, councils, cities, towns, they are experiencing that companies, retailers, shops, small and big businesses, their revenue is breaking away. It's falling apart because people are not going and consuming food. They're not going to entertainments, not into the bars, into restaurants, into the clubs. They're not going and shopping. They're doing a lot of online shopping as well from retailers who are not actually contributing in any way to your council budgets. They're not paying local tax. They're not paying any kind of other tax or giving any kind of money into your budget so you can actually feed it back into your work as a council, as a city, or as a town. So even if you are a mayor of a big city, you will be noticing that your tax income is dropping massively. Yeah, and there are plenty of companies who are going bust. They're going and requesting insolvency protection, or they're even going totally out of business. That's a massive problem because suddenly you not only are missing out on a lot of sales tax or maybe council tax or other kind of taxes that you would otherwise get in, but as well you're noticing you have an additional problem. Many people are becoming unemployed. And if you have to facilitate and help those people from your own local budgets, instead of from a state budget or anything, then you have a massive issue as not enough money is coming in, whilst you have multiple problems. People are maybe becoming frustrated. There's all sorts of kind of issues. Crime is increasing. You have vandalism. And when you think of it, imagine what's so beautiful about your council, about your city, your town, and that. It's the parks that you've created over the years, over the decades. You've got beautiful areas in your city and your town where people go and can enjoy. They have fresh air and all these different things. And now you're suddenly noticing that people are using that to vandalize, to camp there, to create any kind of crime. They throw garbage around and damage maybe even nature and that. That's something that you don't like. You need to somehow address. And that's where we have to come to the point. How can we maybe increase the safety? Because the same thing is, it's not just the parks. People are going and vandalizing shops, stores, or even office buildings that have been left because the businesses went bankrupt. And some of these buildings might even be arsoned and all these things. There's so many areas that become a problem issue for a council when the usual tenants suddenly leave because the business can't survive anymore. And that's a big, big problem. And just look at the parks. Parks are usually a wonderful place where all generations can enjoy, relax. Small children can have an area where they can play, and parks and rivers and canals and all different things that usually part. Maybe you even have an adjacent golf course or recreational areas, swimming pools, tennis courts. It doesn't matter. You can have multiple things on offer, camping grounds and that. But if vandalism is there and crime, people will avoid that area and they will feel unsafe. And when they feel unsafe, they might look for a place where they want to move to because they believe it's safer. And then you have residential areas falling apart and decaying and attracting more crime. So, how can you introduce safety. You need to go and increase a better surveillance that is responsive on crime that's actually happening. You don't want to have surveillance of all your citizens. You don't need that. It would be crazy and anyway invasive into your people's privacy. But you want to be able to react to crime. As an example, IoT devices, or these devices that you can connect with internet and so on, they are becoming smarter, smaller, and they are more business-wise. They can help you increase safety. They can have sensors and react to certain things. They can be even placed in all sorts of areas. They don't need a lot of power. Their energy consumption is low. And it's much, much easier as well to have multiple amounts of these products and these systems in place. As if you, for instance, compare to what we could have 20, 30 or 40 years ago. Just imagine, a good surveillance camera 20 years ago cost quite a lot of money. Now, even the camera on the cheapest smartphone that you can buy has a better camera than the average surveillance camera that you find in shops, in stores, in banks, or even streets. Sometimes you look at a picture and you don't even know what that's supposed to be. And that's the thing. This surveillance equipment has to be kept in good shape and modernized. Nevertheless, you have to think, how can I modernize my infrastructure? How can I provide a safe environment for my citizens without blasting my budgets into all areas? Because the budgets are shrinking. Cities and councils have less tax income. And this will stay for quite some while. It might be for 3, 4, 5 years until things become better again. But until then, you still have to continue taking care of your environment, taking care of your infrastructure, providing safety and security for your citizens. And that's the thing. You have to find ways to cut costs, but at the same time increase the amount of services that you're providing in a much smarter way. And that's where you can go. Before you start tendering, before you even start running all these crazy tenders in order to find stuff and buy stuff, you have to go and first build a strategy for yourself and say, what are the areas that I have to tackle? What are the situations? What have I tried? What doesn't work? What works? And then find new ways to go and handle these issues you've got for you. Cut the cost and find new financial ways of financing the equipment. And that's the thing. Many people always associate with financing, they're creating a new way of having debt. That's the wrong way. The good, smart financing for councils, for cities, and so on should be in a way that it provides them more ability to invest, provide more security, more infrastructure, smart infrastructure, and so on, but without actually exploding the budgets and creating massive, uncontrollable debt. That's not the way it should be. It should be smarter and better. And I'm going to tell you about some other strategies that you can do from marketing, from sales, and as well from a financing and as well investment way. And even if you go and say, I'm considering doing some kind of SPAC, special public acquisition companies, or am I going to do a PPP and all different things, you have to think certain kind of financial things you should keep your fingers off. They're going to burn you, because all these kind of things companies won't like doing, and you as a city council shouldn't be doing it either. You're just going to create massive costs and going deep in debt, and you won't get out of it. So find smarter ways of investing in your infrastructure Find smarter technology to invest in. Don't go for the old game because we always did that. We always bought this old stuff. We always had this old technology. Stop doing those bad habits. Be more strategic. Find ways to finance your abilities. Find products that are offering you a better financing strategy. That is important because your budgets are not going to grow in the next 3 to 5 years. But you have to provide more services, more safety, more infrastructure in a smarter way with less money. And it is possible. But don't go the wrong alley. Focus on smart ways of doing that. I hope you enjoyed the Fast Track edition of today. I would like to invite you to follow our show so that you don't miss the upcoming interviews with leaders in the market. Simply visit the website follow.prmediareach.com. I will be adding the link also to the description of this episode so that you just need to click on that link. The link is follow.prmediareach.com. follow.prmediareach.com. You can follow me also on Twitter by using the Twitter handle CAPBartsch. So it's spelled CAPBARTSCH. Or for those who are into sailing and flying, Charlie Alpha Papa Bravo Alpha Romeo Tango Sierra Charlie Hotel. Yes, that's CAPBartsch. See you soon or hear you soon in the next episode. And please share as well this episode if you've enjoyed it and would like to let others have the opportunity to use it as well to get new ideas and insights.